There's a skill that makes the 1% of students better than other students at school, and it's actually so simple to learn. I've had the opportunity to interview a lot of first class students in Nigerian universities, and I can tell you that being a first class student is not a joke. And I also just happen to be in their network, so I've been able to study all their tricks and all their skills. And so that's why I'm going to tell you what the 1% of students actually do. What actually makes them to stand out, and how you can apply it anywhere and anytime. So, anyways, let's get into it. So the 1% of students have a way of making it look like as if they don't know what they are doing. Meanwhile, they actually have it all figured out. And though sometimes you can actually doubt the technique, you can never doubt the results. So take now, we have two students, Gerald and Joseph. And so, okay, Gerald and Joseph, they are very serious students, don't get me wrong. They are always in class, they always do their assignments. Anything they are told to do, they simply just do it. But this is university, and we are taught to expect the unexpected. And so we finish classes and everything, and the semester is ending, it's coming to exams, and this lecturer drops a note and tells you to read it to that is going to come out in exam. So we have Gerald, and Gerald is like, I cannot understand anything without being taught to. And so therefore, there's no way for me to do it, there's no way for me to read it. Like, that's the lecturer's business. He can do whatever he wants, he can't touch me, he can't expel me from his school. And so Gerald just bashes and focuses on the things that he was taught in class, because you can only learn by when teachers teach in class. And so we also have Joseph too. Joseph too does not understand, except he's also being taught. But what does Joseph do? Joseph says, okay, this lecturer did not teach this particular course, but I'm sure there's somebody that can read this thing by themselves. And once they teach themselves, they are able to teach me. Okay, Joseph goes to meet the person that was meant to teach him. Okay, the person teaches him. Normal, right? And so what does he do next? Okay, I can simply go and rely on organic chemistry or somebody like that can teach me on YouTube. And so eventually Joseph finds a way to read the course, and boom, they get to exam hall. And what do you see? The notes that the lecturer gave you that he did not teach you. The exam question is what? 20 marks. I don't think I need to tell you between Joseph and Gerald who passed the exam. Just take a wild guess. And for those of you that are already trying to get it, can you guess the skill that Joseph has? But don't worry, I'm sure you won't be able to guess this one. But before I talk about the skill that Joseph actually used in this particular situation, let me talk about their mindset. The truth is that nobody can actually tell you that, oh, this thing's over, until you yourself decide that it's over. The battle is not over until you say it actually is. You need to develop a mindset that sometimes that, until I say that, this thing is not possible, nobody else can tell me that it's impossible. Even if it looks like as if the whole world coming to an end, looks like as if, oh, there's no way out of this situation, until you yourself tell yourself that, oh, there's actually no way out of this situation, then there's obviously still going to be a way. Because human beings, we have the ability to create whatever kind of thing we want. We have the ability to turn our ideas into real practical things. And so you have the creative power to actually make anything that you want to actually become what you actually want it to be. And so therefore it is actually never over until you say that it's over. And so that's why Joseph was able to push through, and it was like, even though I know that I cannot get it through this way, there has to be another way, there has to be another realm, there has to be another possibility, another means through which I can actually achieve what I want to achieve. So that aside, the skill actually used in this particular case is adaptability. So it's actually less about what you're learning, but actually how you can learn it, when you can learn it, and actually where you can learn it. So forget all those reading advice that they're giving you, throw it out the window. Because without this skill, it's all going to just be a waste of time. I'm going to show you how to do it in just 3 simple techniques, and I'm also going to be adding a secret one at the end, and you don't want to miss that one. So the first way you can develop your adaptability is simply by experimenting with all the different reading techniques. So the first one that I'm actually quite used to is visual learning. That's the one where you see, okay, people doing something, people doing things on videos and all that, and it's quite easy for you to learn through that way now. I've known, like most of the people that I know, they are all like visual learners. And so if you're actually learning through the whole visual learning process, and that's what you usually do, you should also learn to dabble into the other ones where we have also audio. We have people that can also easily learn through audio books and all those kind of things, And when we're actually in class, we're actually taking both a mixture of audio and visual learning. So that is therefore a very profound way of actually learning. Then we have people that also learn through like pictures and all that, flowcharts and all that. They find it easier if they can find a way to draw the definition and all those kind of things and show it in a picture and show it in a pigment. That's actually going to help them to actually learn a whole lot faster. So, and I'm sure that there are 10,000 more reading techniques, but we obviously cannot go to all of them in one video. But like, try your best to experiment with all the different reading techniques. Learn through any means, because you don't know which one you will actually need eventually. That's the thing with 1% of students. Like, they don't know the kind of situation they will be, but whatever situation they can actually enter, they are able to adapt to it. That's also going to help you to increase adaptability by a whole lot. And so the second one is simply that learn to also learn in different kinds of places. So we're going to go through the physical places that you can also learn. We have places like class. There's some people that I've seen that okay, they say that oh they do not learn well in class when teacher is teaching and all that, but no. You see that class one, if I've never given you any advice, I advise you to also try your best to also pay attention to class. I've noticed when I've interviewed a lot of top percent of students, even if they're not really listening in class, they try to at least get an idea of like what's happening in class. But we have a vast majority of students who just completely discard the whole class thing. They don't even attempt it at all. And so that's where the adaptability comes in. Try your best to at least like manage it because you actually need it on a serious note. So just at least try and get to an idea, okay, this is what the lecturer is doing and this is what the lecturer is not doing. And also we have those people that also come there to also read sometimes, because like that class environment, when you come there to read, it also just helps you to like get into that school kind of mood. I'm also that kind of person, I like being in class too, because it just helps me to stay in that like, oh, I'm a student kind of vibe. So then we also have the library. So reading in the library just actually helps you to also understand, okay, this is where I am and all that. But sometimes you might not be able to go to the library, you might not be able to go to class. You should actually, to some extent, also be able to kind of like read your room when push comes to shove. It's not every time you'll be able to come to class, it's not every time you're able to go to the library. But wherever you are, you should try your best to like increase your reading capacity by a whole lot. Like I'm not trying to undermine the fact that everybody different, everybody reads in different places, everybody has their own techniques and all that. But like sometimes you might not be able to be in those kind of places where you need to be. But are you not going to say that oh I'm not going to read, I'm not going to do anything? No, that's where adaptability comes in. Of course you have your places of key expertise, you have your places of key focus and all that. But sometimes you might actually just need to iterate. That's why this whole video is being made, so that you can understand that sometimes those things are not really possible. But being able to also do things in other places as well, even though it's not up to your highest frequency, is a very important skill, which is very necessary, not just in school, but like in other places where you work as well. And so we not just have physical places, we also have like virtual places now, where some people like they learn through Discord, some people they even learn through Facebook, some people, all of us, the OGs, we learn through YouTube and all that. So sometimes it's not just like physical places as well. Some people they even have like calls and all that, when they teach them through like calls and all that. Those things also work as well. So like just learning to just dabble into everything, at least get a feel of it and like try and best to see that okay, I can at least manage this, because you might not always be in the comfortable conditions that you actually want to be. And then the third one, right before the secret one that's actually going to sincerely change your life, it is simply learning from different people. And this learning from different people, I think I'm going to go more into this because this one is actually a whole lot more important. The first one is definitely going to be learning from yourself. This learning from yourself actually has its advantages and has its disadvantages, in the sense that the advantages, first of all, you might not have to disturb anybody. The advantages, once again, you can just focus on what you want, because it's just you now. You don't need to find out okay, are you here, are you there, just you yourself, and then you're explaining to yourself and you're understanding, and it's getting easier and all that. But the problem with teaching yourself sometimes is that sometimes it takes longer than usual. But like that, learning yourself, once you taught yourself like this, the probability of you forgetting really reduces. And it's something that I've noticed that a lot of the top students have, like that skill of being able to teach yourself. It's not like you're trying to prove that, oh yeah, I can do it all by myself. No. But sometimes it actually just helps you to understand that material better. And it's just a skill that even when you're in the corporate world, it's going to be very, very essential to like everything you're going to be doing. And the second one is, as you guys, you should be learning from other people as well. Most of the time, like when you seem like going to meet other people, it's just to reduce the time. When somebody else teaches you, what would have taken you 3 hours to most likely that person can teach you in 30 minutes. Because let's say for the fact that when you're teaching yourself, you're going from the state of not understanding to the state of understanding. And sometimes it takes a lot to bridge that gap between it. But here we have somebody who is already in this place of not understanding, and then that person can easily drag you to that place. Because you can only take yourself to a place where you've been before, and that person has already been in that place of understanding. So it's much easier for that person to take you right there faster and quicker. So sometimes it's nothing to learn that ability to like learn from other people. Some people like this, it's only if the world is coming to an end they can need people to teach them. But sometimes you just need to humble yourself and just go and ask them. And something that is very, very like important in the corporate world as well. Because your co-worker might know something and then you might not know it, and you just need to just simply ask them. And before you know it, you avoid unnecessary queries and problems just simply because you said, please, can you teach me? And the third one is virtual people teaching you. If you have made it all the way to final level in engineering or in any science course, and you want to tell me that you've not watched any organic chemistry like video, like I know you're whining me. Maybe you probably watched it and you don't even know. But there are also people like online, people on Facebook, people on YouTube, people on Discord that actually also teach these things, and they actually find a way of making it so simple and everything. Just finding those different kinds of aspects that you can also learn from. But you don't know where you'll be, you don't know what can happen. There's sometimes like when we're in school as well, like you want to read or something and then Wi-Fi is not really Wi-Fi-ing, and then you cannot watch videos and then everybody's sleeping. What do? You need to teach yourself. There's sometimes when you know that, oh, this your friend is right here and the person can just simply explain it to you. What do? You go and meet them. Well, you don't just know the condition you'll be. That's why this adaptability is very, very important. You don't just know what circumstance that the world will put you in and what is going to save your ability to adapt to any single condition that the world happens to just put you in. Jesus was somebody that really, really practiced the art of learning from other people. When he was 12, he was there in the temple, he was asking the high priest questions and they were also asking questions. That's a very, very really nice way to learn. So it's not every time you have to do it solo, it's not every time you have to go to YouTube, it's not every time you have to meet people. Just sometimes you need to just dabble into all those different aspects, not because you want to prove that you can do it all, but sometimes it's just essential to know it all, like know how to do all those methods. Do you get me? And so the last one, this particular one has injured me a lot, and so I pity for anybody that did not watch to this point, because you see this particular one, top 1% of students, they know how to do it very, very well, and it has saved their ass so many times, and it has kicked me in the ass a lot of times as well. So I think by this stage we've all been in a condition whereby you were reading and then you found out that, oh, we were meant to read this particular thing probably in front of the exam hall or the night before or the morning of the exam, and then we had this specific set of people, and I think I'm part of them, where sometimes they're like, this already came too late, we cannot learn it now, it's too much, I can't do it, and then you just say, I'm not going to learn it, and then boom, exam hall, hey, 20 marks. This was my condition last exam for a particular course. I don't want to tell you the grade I got, obviously it was that bad. I cannot get F, I cannot get D. Because what? But it actually cost me a lot. And this last one is simply learning under pressure. Because you can see some people that they attended class like this throughout the whole semester, they never started one class, and then that note it came out like last minute, and then that 1% of students, they read it in front of the exam and boom, they were able to answer the question. The person that attended class throughout the whole semester, they will not be able to answer it. I think that's somehow in a way points at the fact that it's not actually also about always attending class. We live in an educational system whereby they promote your ability to answer questions rather than your ability to learn, but that's a whole different video in itself. And the fact that you did not learn in front of the exam and the other person did, and they were able to answer the question, it's not the lecturer's business. What they're going to look at is simply, did you write it or did you not write it? So sometimes you just need to be able to put in the extra work, even though you know that, oh, it's already kind of late, but at least just try and learn something out of it. Try and just push in, try and just do your best. When I remember the amount of times I made this mistake, I just really feel bad for myself. It's not funny. Just need to just learn it. Just learn, just try and understand it, just try and just read it, because you don't know what actually happened. You don't know what can be the outcome if you don't actually learn it. So now that student that attended all the classes and that student that might not even have attended as much classes and that person and then read that thing for the exam, but that person got A and the person that was going to class got B, it doesn't mean that the person that was going to class all the time is less smarter than the other person or vice versa. It's just simply the person's ability to attend to the important things at the right time. So yeah, I hope that this video has helped you to understand the high importance of adaptability under pressure with different people in different places and even with different reading techniques. But we live in a world whereby ChatGPT has actually been able to make it so much easier for us to learn anything at any time and in the fastest way possible. And I'm going to show you how to use ChatGPT to read so fast that it's going to feel like cheating. So if you want to understand that, click on this video by this side. Thank you so much for watching. I love you guys so much.